Hello everyone, get your chips. It's time for Realtor Monica's Tuesdays Tips. Realtor Monica. Now with Agent Thursdays. Hey guys, Realtor Monica here with this week's Realtor Monica's Tuesdays Tips with Agent Thursdays. So this week we have with us
Ian Patrick.
Hi Ian, and what brokerage are you with?
I'm with Watkins Real Estate Associates.
Okay, awesome. Well, usually what I do is I start by asking you, what was it that brought you to the business in the first place?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm happy to talk about what brought me to the business, which was family. I have some family in the mortgage business, and they kind of suggested me come on and start learning about mortgages. So I kind of started in the mortgage space, learning the business
from the beginning.
And I've been a lender for 10 years, and then a lot of people have been asking, hey, I need to sell my house. And I said, I can get my license too to help more people. And I've had my license for a year now. So this will be my second year actually in 2 days.
Awesome. Wow. So that's pretty cool. So you kind of just, life, it sounded like, kind of ended you up there.
Yeah, it's a common story. I think, real estate.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, has there been any major surprises? I mean, since you were kind of on the lender side for quite some time, has anything just kind of really like shocked you?
Things will shock you getting into the business. What happens? There's been some definitely wild scenarios that it's true what they say, that reality is stranger than fiction.
Yeah,
because
true.
It's everything, from unfortunate situation of a seller who passes away while they're under contract.
Oh wow!
And then the buyers, what happens now? The family has to go through a probate process for months at a time to get that house, able to sell again, because of maybe they didn't have the right type of title ownership that would allow an easy transition, right of survivorship, or a lot of times families don't set that up properly.
This is so true.
This is something that can happen. There's quite a few stories we could get into about wild things happening.
Right.
Sometimes it's emotional buyers or sellers. Sometimes it's even emotional agents.
Yeah.
Not helping the transaction. And
to flow.
Why it's so important to do things like this here. We're able to introduce agents, local agents, and give them a spotlight to connect with people. Right. Because really, we're trying to help people with that transaction, use our professional knowledge to help people get into homes. So whether it's buying or selling their home, it's important work that we do. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. Yeah. And, we are that facilitator to make those things take place and try to make them as seamless as possible. So very important to educate as much as we can ahead of time. So, which is why doing shows like this, so that people will feel more comfortable with the process. Yeah. It's a lot less scary when you don't feel like you're going into it completely blind. So definitely very encouraging. Oh, you just made a great point. Education is so important.
Yes.
As realtors, we're constantly seeking education to simplify it and present it to buyers and sellers.
Yes,
so it's important that we stay knowledgeable, we stay up on all the latest laws and regulations, so that we can articulate that to the clients and to our local community.
Yes, the only thing constant in real estate is change. So that for sure. Okay. Well, I usually see if I can get at least one tip for first-time home buyers just from you.
Oh, absolutely. What do I choose? For a first-time home buyer, the tip I would give is to talk to a lender well in advance of the time you wish to purchase. You do want to start that process months in advance of when you might prospectively purchase or move, so that you can address anything you need to address so you can purchase the house that you want to purchase. It's so important to not try to
rush into the process or try to force the process to happen, especially if you're not certain about every aspect of your financial situation and the credit. So speaking to the lender early on and choosing a real estate team, a lender and a realtor who you feel comfortable with, you feel confident with their knowledge and their skills, that you can go into that process, because it's an emotional process and it can really it can go south quick if you don't feel confident in your team, and you may be trying to fire your realtor or fire your lender in the middle of the process, and that's going to be a bad scenario. So choosing your real estate team is so important, and doing that early, long before you even enter the process, is a very helpful tip I would give to a first-time homebuyer.
And stay tuned for part 2 of this interview, because he will speak more on the lender side of things. So stay tuned.
Thank you, Monica.
Yes, for sure. I'm excited about that too. Also, if you happen to have, for local viewers, if you have a listing that you would like to give a few details about, and then I usually run an advertisement for it. If you don't, we'll check later when you do.
Well, that is great. I don't do a lot of listings right now. I primarily do the lending side.
Right.
But I am selling my home.
Oh.
I am selling my home in Smyrna.
Well, there you go.
So for any buyers looking in the Smyrna area, we have a townhome for sale. It is a beautiful property off Cooper Lake Road in Smyrna, and it's a 3-story townhome, lovely end unit, lots of privacy in the back. So
awesome. So any other specs, you can give to me, and I'll make sure that I run that at the end of this interview. So awesome. Well, I really appreciate you doing this aspect of the interview. We've been trying to make this happen for a while. We had a lot of different things. Yes, and in Georgia, we still had a snow day too that interfered.
Yeah.
Who knew? So it was. It was beautiful. Time with the kids and family. Yeah, it was fun. Snow days are fun. It's for us, because we don't have them that often. Fun for us.
We're traumatized of the blizzards of the past.
Exactly.
So just stays
right. Yeah. Exactly. So true. So true. Yeah.
This one was special though, because my daughter's 2 and she was able to really go out.
Oh, that's so fun.
So it was very special.
Yeah. I used to do that with my son, and have snowball fights, and obviously I let him throw more at me than I threw at him. But now he's 17, so we're not throwing snowballs.
Okay.
We played basketball this time, so I didn't have to get pummeled with a snowball. But it was still fun, good family time. So, but thank you so much for this interview.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to the next one, okay?
And thank you, Monica, for doing this for these agents here at the brokerage and presenting us to the local community.
Yeah.
And
definitely
giving us an opportunity to connect with people and give them important information.
Yeah, very important information for their process, or they can even help someone. They can pass it on and refer one of us just based on them liking us through these interviews. Because, for some people, they need that connection, and they can feel that just to see you talk and, be yourself. So thank you. All right. See you next week, guys.
Realtor Monica.